I think the big challenge with technology is that sometimes it can be distracting. So it's really important to use it in such a way that it's not going to detract from the rest of the sailing that you're doing. As a coach, one of my jobs is to make sure that the technology goes on the boat, make sure that it's working, make sure that everything is charged, make sure that it's going to be easy and it's just going to be a positive. It's not going to detract from the rest of the sailing that we're doing. So these are all the cameras that I use for coaching. There's two of these guys here. These are Panasonic HXWA2s. These are my waterproof cameras that have a really big zoom, and I use these mostly for filming techniques during practice, filming races. Got a bunch of GoPros. These are really good to put on the boat in practice. A lot of times we'll toss one of those on the back because it's easy and quick, and during practice we can get a lot of video of maneuvers and of handwork and footwork, and then use that to help correct the mechanics from inside of the boat. All of these mounts are basically for that. The one that I use the most is this guy right here, the handlebar mount. It's pretty versatile. You can stick it on a pole, you can stick it on a tiller extension. On the 49er, kind of the quick thing that I usually do is I stick it on a tiller extension like this. This tiller extension goes inside of the boom, and then this guy hangs off of the end of the boom and gets all the footwork and the handwork in tacks and jibes and whatever else we're practicing. And then the final camera that I use is this guy that I'm filming with right now. That's a Nikon D3100. So I use this camera when I'm up close to the girls and I just want to take pictures of their sail setup or their leech profile. So today our practice is starting off with some skill drills. This is our first light wind day, so we're really getting in a little bit of rudderless, a little bit of just really working on controlling the boat with our weight, because I think that in these light air conditions it's super important to be able to disconnect what your weight is doing from what your sails are doing. So second drill on the skills list this morning is around the mark without tacking. Basically here we're just working on doing a nice sideways slide to slide from the left hand side of the mark to the right hand side of the mark. And really this drill kind of translates into skills on the starting line when we're trying to take the hull away from a boat to windward of us and open our hull up to leeward. Good, pull on the boat, Helena. Cut jib before you lose it, right? Cut, cut, cut. Good, good. You kind of get a sense for where you need to be putting your hands, where you shouldn't be putting your hands, you know, anything you need to change in the handwork or the footwork or the sail trim. You know, it's all a lot easier to see when you can watch yourself from outside of the boat.